I have some fans here from the Margaret Mount home that I just retired from. Teresa, hi. The Dog Days of Summer, this was some years ago, and we were at Rehoboth Beach with the extended family, and we had a little cabin, and we were only there for a couple days, and the first couple days the weather wasn't good at all. So on a Sunday morning, I look out the window and see that the sun is out, and I'm thinking, great. Everybody else is asleep. It's about 9 o'clock. So I walk down to the boardwalk, which is about 4 blocks, and I get a cup of coffee, and I'm sitting on the bench there looking out at the ocean. I have a cinnamon bun, and I start to take a bite of the cinnamon bun, and there's a bee on it that I didn't see. It bit me right on the lip. I'm thinking, oh no. So it was like an X-Files experience. I could feel I wasn't in danger, but I could feel, swelling, and I could see my reflection in the storefronts. And so I walk back and I go in, and Peg is still sleeping. And I lean in and I said, we have to go to the emergency room. And she later told me that she didn't have her contacts in, so she thought she was having a nightmare. So we go to Lewis, which has a small hospital, BB hospital, and there's an emergency room. It's about the size of this room, and no one was in there. In the corner was a desk, and over top it said registration. So I go over there, and there's a nurse there, and so we go over, and she looks at me and she says, "Oh, what are you in here for today?" And I said, "I'm having a really bad hair day." So she says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We say that to everybody." She said, "The doctor's right back there. We'll just fill out the forms, get you right back." So she takes me back, and I jump on this table. And about a minute later, the doctor comes in, and there's these 2 double doors, and he just swings open the doors. He looks at me, he puts his hands on his hips, and he said, "Dear God, what happened to your hair?" And the other story is that Peg and I were out, this was a few years ago, and we were out in like the middle of Pennsylvania in the mountains, and we had this older car, and we had air conditioning, but we thought maybe we should wait till we get to the other side of the mountain. So we finally get on the other side, and we go in this tiny little town that has a church, a fire hall, and a general store. So we go in, and I get some bottled water, and I start to go out, and Peg stopped to look at something. So I go outside, and I take a big drink, then I just pour it all over my head, and she comes out, I hand her the bottle, she looks at it, she says, "It's flavored water." I had to run to the car, ahead of the bees and the ants. Then the final little story is that my first flight, I was 19, and it was at Friendship Airport, which is now BWI, and back then, you had to walk across the tarmac and go up the steps to get in the plane. This was 1966. So I'm in a single file line, and all of a sudden, I'm thinking, oh dear God, what am I doing? I'm scared to death. I guess it was an anxiety attack, but they didn't call it that back then. So I'm thinking, well, I'll just have to act suave and sophisticated, like I just did it all the time. And I'd have pulled it off too, but I got my rosary caught in the seatbelt.